Now this set is typically one of those sets which a lot of people would not attempt just because there is a lot of information that is involved, right? And surprisingly, this was perhaps easier than the previous two sets. Let's try and see what happens. Read the data carefully and answer the following questions, right? It says, an air conditioner AC company has 4 dealers, D1, D2, D3, D4 in a city. It is evaluating sales performances of these dealers. The company sells 2 variants of AC, windows and split, right? Both these variants can be either inverter type or non-inverter type. So within window, inverter and non-inverter, within split, inverter and non-inverter, right? It's known that of the total number of ACs sold in the city, 25% were window and the rest were split. See, this is how you read. The moment you read this part, you know that there is one table that has to be created like this, wherein I'll put window AC, split AC, inverter and non-inverter, right? This is so clear, right? Among the inverter AC sold, 20% were window variant. So when we create the table, we'll keep these things or these information intact and we put the numbers accordingly. The following information is also known. Every dealer sold at least 2 window AC. Wow, this is such a beautiful condition. D1 sold 13 inverter AC. This is a definite number. We'll use it, of course. While D3 sold 5 non-inverter ACs. So there is a lot of confusion in reading also. The words are similar sounding. Inverter, non-inverter, window, split. So there's a lot of scope of making a mistake. What will work for you is read calmly, read the information calmly and one by one go on putting the values in the table. ACs 3. A total of 6 window non-inverter ACs and 36 split inverter ACs were sold in the city. The fourth one. The number of split ACs sold by D1 was twice the number of window ACs sold by it. Then this 5 is the fifth information. D3 and D4 sold an equal number of window ACs and this number was 1/3 of the number of similar ACs sold by D2. Okay. So there is a lot of interconnected information about 4 different dealers. So this similar table will be created for D1, D2, D3, D4, wherein we will have window AC, split AC, inverters and non-inverters. Let's see further. D2 and D3 were the only ones who sold window non-inverter ACs, right? Windows non-inverter AC. The number of these ACs sold by D2 was twice the number of these ACs sold by D3. D3 and D4 sold an equal number of split inverter ACs. This number was half the number of similar ACs sold by D2. Right? So quite a lot of information. Now let's try to put it in a table. Let's take some space here. Right. So what we do here is, just a second. Yeah. So we create the tables. First of all, we say that in the city, right, there is a combined number of D1, D2, D3, D4. Window, split, right, and inverter. Do it very peacefully, and non-inverter. Okay. What all information do we have? The first I'll just clean this up so that we can use all the information properly. Yeah. So where does the information start? 25% were window variant and the rest were split variant. So 25%, I'll go to that. Window variant is 25% in the city. That means this will be 75%. Right. What else we have? 20% of these, 20% of what? Among the inverter ACs, 20% were window variant. So here I'll not write anything, but I'll just say whatever is the total inverter, out of that 20% will be this number. Or maybe I'll put an arrow here and just mention that this is 20%. Right? Go back again. The following information is also known. Every dealer sold at least 2 window ACs. So at least I'll write it here. At least 2 window AC every dealer. Okay, every dealer. Fine. What else do we have? So it is not that we are drawing everything in one go. Whatever is clear, we are putting it. Okay, next one. D1 sold 13. So now this is specific information about every dealer. So we go back and what we do, we create similar table for, let's say, D1. So window, split, right, and we have inverter and we have non-inverter. This is for D1. Similarly for D2. Similarly for D2. Very peacefully and calmly just go on creating, because this is a number game. The numbers, as we have read once, the numbers are not very large. So feel confident that somehow we'll be able to manage that. You know, while writing the exam, there are a lot of emotions that you go through. Okay, control them. Control them. First thing is to have faith that yes, we will be able to get through that. We will be able to reach some conclusion, and follow your instincts properly, and most importantly, read properly at all times. Okay, so we have window here, split here. So this is our table complete, inverter and non-inverter. So I stands for inverter, NI stands for non-inverter, W stands for window, S stands for split. So this is for the whole city, and this is for D1, D2, you know, I'll just circle it. So D1, D2, D3 and D4. Okay, sajana nahi hai, we don't have to decorate, but at least we should be very clear and sure what exactly are we looking for or doing. Okay, D1 sold 13 inverter ACs, one by one. D1 sold 13 inverter ACs. So inverter total is 13. I'll put 13 here. Okay, the sum total of these two, that is 13. Fine. And D3 sold 5 non-inverter. D3 sold 5 non-inverter. So the total of non-inverter AC sold by D3 is 5. I'll put 5 there. Okay, good. So we have used this information. You know, it's important to mark out so that we know that we've already used it, so we don't go back to them. A total of 6 window non-inverter AC and 36 split inverter AC were sold. Now, very careful. This is about city, the first table that we have. 6 window non-inverter. Window non-inverter in the city, window non-inverter. So this has to be 6, right? Go back. So we have used this information, right? 6 window non-inverter. Now, 36 split inverter AC. 36 split inverter AC. Split inverter, that means this number. So this is 36. Now you see, this 36 is, you know, here in the inverter, window is 20%. So split has to be 80%, right? That 80% is 36. So 20% will be 1/4 of that, that is 9. So total inverter AC in the city should be 36 plus 9, that is 45. You see the total window AC, here if I just add, total window AC will be 9 plus 6, which is 15. And that has to be 25%, fantastic. 25% is 1/4. So total has to be 15 4s are 60. Right? 25% is 15, so 100% should be 60. Also split is 75%, so 15 3s are, 25 3s are, so 15 3s are 45. And that matches here as well. And total split is 45. Out of that inverter is 36. So split non-inverter will be 45 minus 36, that is 9. So total non-inverter will be 6 plus 9, 15, which we could have got from here also, 60 minus 45. Fantastic. So our city calculation is done. We have the total number of window inverter AC, window non-inverter AC, split inverter AC, split non-inverter AC. Everything is done for the city. Now we have to break into the values for separate dealers. Go back again. So we have used this 36 split inverter AC information. Next one. The number of split AC sold by D1 was twice the number of window AC sold by it. Okay, so we are talking about D1. Split AC is twice of window AC. D1 split AC. D1 split AC, right? This is twice of this number. So if I assume this value to be, let's say, X, then this value will be 2X. Right? We just put it there. So total of window AC, twice of that, total of split AC. Here I am writing the total values. Fantastic. Go ahead. Then D3 and D4 sold equal number of window ACs. D3 and D4 sold equal number of window AC. D3 and D4, very carefully. D3 and D4, they sold equal number of window AC. So here if I say put Y here, then window AC for D4 total should also be Y. So D3 and D4 sold equal number of window AC. What else? What else? And this number was 1/3 of the number of similar AC sold by D2. So window AC We are talking about window AC. So similar AC means window AC by D2, and that has to be 1/3 of that. Okay, so what does that mean? Whatever we have window AC in D2, whatever value we have here, of that 1/3 should be Y. Of that 1/3 should be Y. So if this is Y, that has to be 3Y. So I'll just put 3Y there. Okay, just read carefully and keep putting the values in your table. So this is 3Y. So 3Y, Y and Y. Right? Take a deep breath. Go ahead after that. So we have used this information by it is 5 equal number of window AC and 1/3 of the number of similar AC sold by D2. Now D2 and D3 were the only ones. This is the most interesting information. D2 and D3 were the only ones who sold window non-inverter AC. D2, D3, window non-inverter AC. D2, D3, window non-inverter, window non-inverter. So these are the only two who are selling window non-inverter AC. That means the others will not sell anything. Others will not sell anything in that category. What is that category? Window non-inverter, window non-inverter. These are the only two places which will be filled with some number. That means the other two dealers will have 0 number at that place. I hope that makes this very, very clear. Okay. What else do we have? We have done D2 and D3 were the only ones who sold window non-inverter AC. So the others will not say any number. So 0 number. The number of these AC sold by D2 was twice the number of these AC sold by D3. Now this is very interesting. The number of these AC sold by D2 was twice the number of similar AC sold by D3. What does that mean? If I have this as a number Z, then this number should be 2Z, right? Whatever D3 sells in that category, window non-inverter, D2 sells twice of that. So we have taken this as Z, that will be 2Z. Okay. Another thing, total number of window non-inverter AC is 6 from here, right? These two are 0. If I'm taking this as Z and this as 2Z, so total of Z plus 2Z should be equal to how much? Z plus 2Z should be equal to 6. We could have done that mentally also. From there we get Z equal to 2. Oh right, so this is 2 and this has to be 4. I hope this is very, very clear. Right? Now, so what I'll do is I'll put the values there. I'll put the values here and here as 2 and 4. So this is 2, this is 4. What else do we have? Let's go ahead. Next thing that we have is, so this is done, window sold non-inverter AC, and was twice the number of these AC sold by D3. Now the next one, D3 and D4 sold equal number of split inverter ACs. D3 and D4 equal split inverter. Equal D3 and D4 equal split inverter. Right? So just for the purpose of clarity, I am putting a T, value T here. This will also be T here. Right? T, T. What else? The next information that we have is this number was half the number of similar AC. Similar AC means split inverter by D2. Right? So this number T that we have taken, so in the same category, that is split inverter of D2, this T value should be half of this. So if this is TT, this has to be 2T. All right. Nice. Right? So we have got all the information here. Okay. Now see, there is one information that says, yeah, so we have used all of them. Fine. Now see, what else do we have here? There is one information that says that at least 2 window AC was sold by every dealer. At least 2 window AC was sold by every dealer, right? And window AC total is 15. If I have window AC total as 15 and there is one value missing, one value missing here, that is window inverter, window inverter, window inverter and window inverter. All of them are missing. So how do we go about that? Let's see. If I assume, okay, we don't need to assume. First of all, this is 0, total of this is X. So this value is X. Similarly, this is 0, total of this is Y. So this is Y. Right? Here the total is 3Y. This is 4. So this has to be 3Y minus 4. Isn't it? Okay. And here we have 2. Total of this is Y. So this has to be Y minus 2. right? Now look at this, window inverter total, that is equal to 9. Window inverter total, that is equal to 9. Let's use that information. So we have x plus 3y minus 4 plus y minus 2 plus y. Let's see what happens. X plus 3y minus 4, okay, plus y minus 2 plus y, that should be equal to 9. Very patiently complete that. X plus 3y plus y, that is x plus 5y is equal to 4 and 2, 6 and 9, 15. X plus 5y is equal to 15. From here, one thing is very clear, this is 15, that is multiple of 5. This 5y is also multiple of 5. So x has to be a multiple of 5. Very nice. X has to be a multiple of 5. Also, x cannot be 0 because there has to be at least 2 window AC for every dealer. So here the value of x has to be minimum 2. Here the value of y also has to be minimum 2. Fantastic. What else do you need? You know, if for example, if you put y equal to 0, I mean you can't put y equal to 0. If you put y equal to 1, you can't put y equal to 1 also because, you know, then this will be less than 2. Okay, so you cannot put y equal to 1 also. What is the lowest value of y that you can put? That is 2. So if I put y equal to 2, what happens? 2 5s are 10, 15 minus 10, that is 5. So x is 5. Can I put y equal to 3? Let's see. If I put y equal to 3, 3 5s are 15, 15, 15 cancel, x is 0. Is that possible? No. What does that mean? This is a unique possible combination of x and y values. So x is 5, y is 2, and that's it. Please understand, this is not hit and trial. It is complete checking, right, of all possible values. Complete checking of all possible values. Okay, just be very clear and confident about it. It was not a random check. Where did you start from? We started from 0, but 0 and 1 we cannot put, so we checked for 2, then after 2 we checked for 3, that's it. There's no other possibility. So finished. From here we get the values of x and the values of y. So value of x is 5. So let me do one thing. Let me remove x and y from everywhere and we put the values. So now we know x is equal to 5. So wherever we have x, we put 5. Okay, so this is 5, right? Then, okay, let me first finish. This is 5. 2x will be 10. Okay, is there any other place that we have x? No, not as of now. Then we have y. Y is equal to 2. So where is y? Y is 2. Okay, so this y minus 2 will become 0. This y becomes 2. Okay, this y minus 2 will become 0. So let me remove that and put 0 there. You know, the total window will still be 2, so nothing to worry. 3y will be 6. So 3y minus 4, that is 6 minus 4, that number will become 2. So we just go on filling the values that we have identified till that point in time, right? So this is 2. What else do we have? Y and y. So this y is 2. Let's remove that y and put 2 there so that we have space. So this is 2. Right. So anything else? Anything else left? 2x, 5, 5. Now you see 5, 0, 5. 5 plus 10 is 15. So total of D1 is 15. 13 is inverter AC. Out of that 5 is window inverter. So split inverter will be 13 minus 5, that is 8. Okay. Total of split is 10. So 8 and 2 will be non-inverter split. Total of non-inverter will be 0 plus 2, that is 2. Confirm 13 plus 2, that is 15. Wow. So D1 is complete. We have the complete information about D1. Okay. Do we have information about others? Not as of now. Fine, no problem. We'll proceed. Yeah, non-inverter in split in D3. In D3, non-inverter split. You see, total is 5. This is 2, so this has to be 3. This is 2, 5. Okay. Anything else that we can do here? No. Is there anything else that we can do here? No. Fantastic. Now look at the boxes where you have T. What is that box? That is split inverter. Split inverter total is 36. Split inverter total is 36. And here we see it is 8, 2T, T and T. Add all of them. 8 plus 2T plus T plus T. Let's create some space here. Let's create some space here. Okay. And we use that space for this simplification. 8 plus 2T plus T plus T, that is 8 plus 4T. And 8 plus 4T has to be equal to how much? 36. From here 4t is equal to 28, so t is equal to 7. So wherever you have t, put 7. Okay, one by one we put 7 there. So this t is 7, this t is 7, this 2t is 14. Wow. So what happens? Inverter AC in D3, total will be 7. Total of the entire thing of D3 will be 7 plus 5, which is 12. Total of split AC in D3 will be 7 plus 3, that is 10. Confirmation? Do you see? 10 plus 2 is 12. What does that mean? Our calculation is absolutely perfectly fine. Okay, so D3 is also complete. Nice. What do we have for D2? 2 plus 14, that is total inverter AC in D2, 16. Can I say anything about this value? Not yet. Okay, D4, total inverter AC 2 plus 7, 9. Confirmation, 16 plus 9 plus 13 plus 7. Do we have that? Check. That is the total inverter AC. That should be 45, right? Total inverter AC in the city should be 45. Check that. 13 plus 16, 29 plus 7, 36 and 9, 45. Fantastic, right? So what we don't have here is this value and this value. Okay, these two are the values that we don't have. Okay, but what further can we gauge? Let's try to understand. Total number of ACs in D1, that is 15, and in D3, that is 12. So 15 plus 12, 27. Here, the total of D2 and D4, that should be equal to 60 minus 27, that is 33. That is one thing. Secondly, if you look at this value, what is this value that is missing? Non-inverter split. Non-inverter split is total 9. Okay. Here we have 2. Here we have 3. So 2 plus 3. Remember, this 3 is non-inverter split and this 2 is non-inverter split. So 3 plus 2, 5. So the sum of these two values should be 9 minus 5. Remember, the total non-inverter split AC in the entire city has to be 9. Out of this 9, 2 is here, 3 is here. So 2 plus 3, 5. 9 minus 5, 4. So if I put P and Q here, P plus Q is equal to 4. P plus Q is equal to 4. And hence this total will be 4 plus P. This total will be 14 plus P. And overall total of D2 will be 14 plus 6, 20 plus P from this one, or confirmation 16 plus 4 plus P, that is 20 plus P, this one. So I'll just circle it, that this is the total of D2. What about D4? This is 7 plus Q. This is 0 plus Q here. So 9 plus Q will be the total of D4, and here 2 plus 7, right? So that is also confirmed. We don't know about the values of P and Q. One thing is, we know if P is 0, Q will be 4. If P is 1, Q will be 3. If P is 2, Q will be 2. If P is 3, Q will be 1. And if P is 4, Q will be 0. Right? That's the combination that we have. Also, we know that 20 plus P plus 9 plus Q will be 29 plus P plus Q. And P plus Q is 4, hence it is equal to 33. Try and understand. D2 and D4 total, that is 33. That is clear. Because 20 plus P plus 9 plus Q, 20 plus 9, 29 plus P plus Q, P plus Q is 4, so it is 33. Right, so we have done everything. Just go back and see if there is any information that we still have which is unused. No, everything has been used, even this was also used perfectly. So we don't have anything else that we can do with the numbers now. So what should we do? Go to the questions. Let's see the questions. What are the questions? How many split inverter AC did D2 sell? Split inverter D2. So go into the table of D2, find split inverter. D2 split inverter. So D2 split inverter is 14. You see this value. Split inverter, not the total inverter. Split inverter, that is 14. So in D2 we have 14. So answer of this question is 14. Second one. What percentage of AC sold were non-inverter type? AC sold were non-inverter. Okay, this doesn't need the dealer-wise information. This we can do from the city itself. Okay, non-inverter in the city, right? Non-inverter in the city. In the city, non-inverter is 15 out of 60, right? So out of 60, so 15 divided by 60, that is 1/4. 1/4 into 100 is 25%. Nice. Next one. What was the total number of ACs sold by D2 and D4? Oh wow, this we actually talked about. Total number of ACs sold by D2 and D4. Total number of ACs sold by D2 and D4, that is 20 plus P, 9 plus Q, that is 29 plus P plus Q. P plus Q already we have 4. So 29 plus 4, that is 33. So answer of that question will be 33. Very nice question, this one. Okay. Then the next one, we have 11, 12, 13, 14th question. Which of the following statements is necessarily false? Alright, very carefully read it. Which of the following statements is necessarily false? D2 sold highest number of ACs. Go back. D2 sold highest number of ACs. D2 has sold 20 plus P. We don't know P. P can be 0 or P can be 4. So it can be anything from 20 to 24. So minimum number of AC that D2 has sold is 20. Maximum is 24. Now here D1 has sold 15. That is less than 20 anyways. 12 is D1 has sold 15, D3 has sold 12. So 15 and 12 are anywhere less than this. So this is not the highest, this is not the highest. Good. Here it is 9 plus Q. Maximum Q can be 4. So 9 plus 0 is 9 and 9 plus 4 is 13. That means D4 can sell any number from 9 to 13. So clearly the minimum value of D2 is itself higher than any other value. That means D2 has sold maximum number of ACs. D2 sold the highest number of ACs. We need false. So this cannot, this is true. You see, this is true. So this cannot be the answer. We want false. Okay. This is not the answer. D1 and D3 together sold more ACs as compared to D2 and D4. D1 and D3 together have sold, D1 and D3, 15 and 12, 27. And D2, D4 together have sold 33. How is that possible? So definitely D1 and D3 have sold less. Here it says D1 and D3 is sold more. So this is false. If this is false, then this can be the answer. Actually, this has to be the answer because this is necessarily true. You know, this is 27 and 33. This is less. Here it says more. So it is definitely false and this is the answer. But let's check the other two statements also. D1 and D3 sold equal number of split AC. D1 and D3 equal split AC. D1 split AC is 10, total of split. D3 split AC is 10. Fantastic. This is equal. So that statement is true. That statement is true. If it is true, then it cannot be the answer. We want the false one. D4 sold more split AC as compared to D3. D4 sold more split AC as compared to D3. So split AC D4 D3. Split AC D4 D3. D3 is 10 and D4 is 7 plus Q. Q can be 0 to 4. So 7 plus 0 is 7 and 7 plus 4 is 11. Okay. Now this is a tricky one. It may or may not be. This is fixed. D3 split AC is total 10 fixed. But D4 split AC is anything from 7 to 11. It could be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So when it is 11, D4 is higher. When it is anything other than, when it is 10, they are equal. If it is 9, 8, 7, it will be, D3 will be higher. So in that case, what do we say? Here we say the fourth one is maybe. What do we want? Necessarily false. So definitely option B, that was definitely false. This was definitely false. Hence that option is the correct answer. Now the last one. If D3 and D4 sold equal number of ACs, if D3 and D4 sold equal number of ACs, then what was the number of non-inverter ACs sold by D2? D3 and D4 equal ACs. Go back. D3 and D4. D3 is fixed, 12. D3 is 12. D4 is 9 plus Q. So if I want them to sell equal number of ACs, then what should happen? This 9 plus Q should become equal to 12. So 9 plus Q should become equal to 12. That means Q is equal to 3. If Q is equal to 3, this will also be 12. If Q is equal to 3, then P should be equal to 1. P should be equal to 1. So 14 plus 1, 15. 20 plus P, 21. So this will be the situation. What is the question? The question is, then what was the number of non-inverter AC sold by D2? Non-inverter AC sold by D2. Non-inverter total, right? Non-inverter total, that is 4 plus 1, which is 5. right? So 4 plus 1, that is 5. Check if you have options. Oh yes, we have option B, 5, and that is the correct answer. So this was a really nice set. As I said in the beginning, see what happens in such set, there's so much of information that a lot of us would not even bother reading it, right? And there is no, you could see here, just listen to this very carefully. The number of information is very high, but when I just look at it from a little distance, I don't find any difficult word. I don't find very weird numbers. The numbers are very much in control. 36, 13, we have something like 6 or 2. So these things should be read at least once. These are good sets. And yeah, obviously the trust on self that you will be able to get through on the basis of the practice that you have done. There is no other choice. So keep practicing and see that your growth is definitely possible to get into a good position. All the best.